I've come up to the patio where I've got my centre pelargoniums congregated by the back door, and I'm going to select one that I would like to take cuttings from. And I think it's going to be this one because I've only got one at the moment and it doesn't overwinter terribly well. So it's better to hedge your bets. Look at the plant, and I've got a nice big clump here. So I've just cut that out. You can see I've got a nice stem which I can divide up into several cuttings. And if I push the plant back under the nasturtiums, you won't even notice. Now I brought my cutting down into the greenhouse and I'm just going to start to tidy it up. Now plants absorb water through their roots and then they release it through their leaves. They only need a little bit of water for their own survival. The rest of it is released through their leaves. However, we don't have any roots anymore. So that the plant doesn't wilt and we give it the best chance, we're going to remove quite a lot of the leaves. And we're also going to remove the soft growing tip because that might wilt, and any flowers. I'm going to remove this hardwood section of the centre pelargonium, and then it will just be the softwood that we will plant. Another example of a different pelargonium. So we're taking away the leaves. There we go. We're taking the flowers away, pinching off the top, taking off this side shoot, which could possibly become a cutting of its own. And then I'm going to cut it just below the leaf node because that's where the roots are going to come from. My hands smell amazing now. Just drop him in the water, and I've got one more to do. A hole at the edge of the pot with a dibber, and I've put some rooting powder on the top of the pot because the cutting, I never dip my cuttings in the pot anyway because I want to stop it from getting contaminated, but this will make the rooting hormone powder damp and it'll make it stick together, so you certainly don't want to put that straight in the pot. So I'll just move me dibber out the way, and then I'll just pop my cutting right down into pot, and we want to make sure that we cover up those leaf nodes. And there we are. So I'm going to water this now, but make sure that you keep this out of the bright sunshine because you can get leaf scorch if it sits in the sun. It's a bit cloudy at the minute, so that's going to be fine. And then here's one I did earlier. And you can see by putting them with their own space around the edge of the pot, it's going to be easy to break the root clumps open and pot them on later. And the other thing is there is drainage against the side of the pot, so if you accidentally overwater and they're in the middle, they're much more likely to rot than they would at the edge where at least it's free draining on one side. So fast forward 2 years back to today, and this is the original scented pelargonium mother plant. You can see it's absolutely huge. Here's the other one, and you can see that they're not reflowering that well. Scented pelargoniums flower better on younger plants, so that's an indication that I need to take some more cuttings today. So I'll do that later on once I finish packing your orders. Let me just show you this rose lily as well. Absolutely beautiful. This was the bulbs that I bought at Chelsea, do you remember? Ready to explode. And if I bring you around here, you can see this is just one of the cuttings that I took from that mother plant 2 years ago. You can see how much it's grown.